Hello there, everyone. You know who I am, Templar Supreme Misfit Professional Dipshit. Let's just start off this video. There is a old Scottish clan saying that goes, "Ne obliviscaris," never forget. And of course, that's the motto of Clan Campbell. But anyways, with that, let's get into. You obviously see the title of the video, so. Sarah Ransom has came out saying that she had tapes of Trump that would destroy his presidency and force him to resign. Ooh. Of course, she later then admitted that it was a fabrication, and there has been no evidence has ever emerged. Okay, so here's a quick summary for those of you who don't know. Okay, just in case, let's just for the shits and giggles. Since the 90s, probably, Jeffrey Epstein has been involved. If you're rich and you had money, he's had his grubby little influence with. There's the Lolita Express. He's flown with Trump. He's flown with other high, profile rich people, senators, congressmen, and people like that. So he's been connected. Now, what hasn't really been proven yet, but what people know, is that he is or was connected with the CIA, Mossad, or some other intelligence group for the sake of blackmail and control over politicians, and for blackmail and underhanded shit. And since we've gone through two attorney generals, Pam Bondi, who said she would bring justice, she hasn't brought shit. She got fired, and then now we're stuck with Todd Blanche, same thing. So the thing that terrifies me about this, and should terrorize anyone that has any form of conscience, unless if you're like a fucking brain dead, zombie of either party, this should terrify you because it's been how long? And the only person in prison is Ghislaine Maxwell. So we have a guy involved with potential, killing and or alleged cannibalism of, I can't even fucking finish that sentence, but we have a guy who's involved in the most, quite frankly, evil thing that could ever be done, committed to children and minors and young women and boys, who knows at this point. Is he alive? Who knows? We know before his death he put everything in a trust. That's a little weird. Maybe he got out. Maybe he's alive. Maybe he is dead. No one's ever gonna know. But the true thing, again, that should terrify fucking everybody is how there's been no arrests and no follow-up. The files that do get released are fucking censored. Are black lines scribbled all over the place. So, which leads us to believe that our entire government could be probably involved with Jeffrey Epstein. That somehow the CIA, Mossad, or somebody has got enough dirt on our government to change the course of our country. And Trump, what has Trump done recently? He's done a lot of 180s, hasn't he? About Iran, about many other topics that America first voted for him. That Make America Great Again voted for him. I know I voted for him to get to the bottom of this Epstein shit. That's one of the reasons why I voted for him. I don't really, quite frankly, give a fuck. I'm in a situation to where it doesn't really matter who's in power. I'm kind of screwed as a young adult anyway. But the idea of seeing people being prosecuted, brought to justice, for the crimes against children that struck a chord with me. That's, I think everyone thought that, hell yeah, let's do it. Let's prosecute the fuck and bring these people to justice, right? And again, the only person that's sitting in prison, well, no, maybe not, is Ghislaine Maxwell. And on top of that, we have Howard Lutnick, who's mentioned, who's over Trump's shoulder. You see this fucking guy? He's always over his shoulder or nearby him. I wonder why that is, huh? They're like a little handler, a little goblin to keep reminding Trump, hey, we got, hey, no, don't do that. Oh, drop more bombs on Iran. Right. So I think that's the situation we're in. And we can't vote our way out of it. But I will say this. as kind of an olive branch politically. I don't care if it's communists. I don't care if it's fascist. I don't care if it's some kind of weird libertarian anarcho like capitalists. I quite frankly wouldn't care that the method of process of who's in power if they were starting to persecute these fucks involved with Jeffrey Epstein. I quite frankly wouldn't care their political alignment. Let's get to the bottom of this shit, right? Children are dead. And we have people like this Sarah Ransom coming out here saying she has evidence, and if she did, has been sitting on it for like 8+ years, just to get her name out there to get some publicity. Fuck this person. I don't care if they are Epstein victim. If you pull this shit and lie, fabricate facts about this, you're kind of a piece of shit. Like generally, and yeah, that sucks, right? You were victimized, but this doesn't give you the right to continue to muddy the already tarnished and muddied waters that is the Jeffrey Epstein client list in the little black book, right? And the thing that is so aggravating is we've already forgotten, right? No one cares. You bring it up and people look at you like that blank stare, right? What? Right? It's that should fucking terrify everybody. The fact that we just forgot and no one cares. No one's doing anything. There's no calls for justice. There's no the people who we voted for aren't doing fuck all about it. And what has been released is essentially not really anything. It's just rumors and conjecture at this point. And I know there's been crazy shit released. There's been some stuff that's weird that mentions specific details. But again, at the end of the day, this is all conjecture, which leads me to believe to one or two outcomes, and both are terrifying to me, and they should be just as terrifying to you. So outcome one, that our entire government intel agency is involved with Epstein and the cover-up of murder and crimes against children and minors, young boys and girls, and that it is so bad that they're willing to cover it up to preserve the rungs of power for both sides. It is such a corrupt system that it's being buried to protect the system ruling over us. And the second conclusion is just as scary when you think about it, that it's all made up bullshit, which could is just equally be true. Because again, do we have any real evidence? No, we have emails. There's pictures. There's weird videos of Epstein chasing kids around a counter. There's weird shit, and that does look bad. But what do we exactly really have? That's the scary thing to me. And to even suggest that it's fake and not real is an affront to me personally. And like even saying that sounds like detestable. And I don't think it's option number two. I think the most terrifying thing about this is that it's the first one. Our government is so corrupt and involved with the trafficking of children that we don't know how deep it goes. We never know how deep it goes or will go. And the victims will never see justice. Those countless names, those countless faces, right? Because for the sake of political expediency, we're going to win the campaign. Rah, rah, Shishkin Bob. Let's keep voting for the same fucking bastards who continue to tax us to death, who continue to want world war with Iran and the sake of another nation state in Levant. That's where the American government is at. We're willing to look the other way for this heinous crime against children and young women, boys, or whoever. Well, again, we'll never know. Only God knows the names of those, right? But again, the thing that shocks me is when you bring up the Epstein stuff. Now, even among hardcore right, conservatives, they'll look at you like you're a freak, like you're a fucking conspiracy theorist, like something's wrong with you. And that's the thing that shocked me. That's the thing at this point that I believe will earn the wrath of God. on America and the United States is the single fact that we've let this go to be forgotten. And again, when you bring this up, it looks like it's some kind of conspiracy theorist, right? Because there's people in their mind that the events and the crimes are so horrible that they choose not to believe it. They choose to believe because for the sake of the nation and the government and rungs of power, that we have to look away from this abhorrent action, this sinful, degenerate shit. So we can continue having a retirement, so we can continue living in a peaceful country. Is abhorrent to me. My personal opinion is, we can't say on YouTube. What I have in my, what I really want to say on this topic, we can't say, because if you were to say such things, it would be seditious speech, and you would be investigated. I've said too much. But that's where we're at. And regardless, at the end of the day, the disgusting thing is not only are these people are forgotten, not only people to fabricate evidence about this shit for political fame and to get their name out there, that there are also people, Dan Bongino and others, who grift off this, who continue to cover this topic for fucking money. To continue to berate the truth seekers and conspiracy theorists out there that they're fools and crazy for the sake of money. And again, that's all I got to say. And I'll wrap this video up. Is that's the thing that keeps me awake at night. The fact that not only do people who continue want to seek justice, not only are looked as conspiracy theorists and freaks and crazy people, but that our entire, spiritual persona or identity as a country is blatantly forgotten about it. So we'll end with this, on the same way I started it. Ne obliviscaris. Never forget.